And again, like, I probably shouldn't, because, like, it's essentially a DLC mission, right? And it says it's not, it's, like, intended for late game. But I'm in the late game, and I still feel bad. What the I don't know. Probably should have done this sooner. I don't have any dice, though. Oh, I don't need them. Okay. The Greenway rolls beneath you like a slit-choked river. Sorry, silt-choked river. If what Navigator said was true, then no one has accessed these networks since the collapse. The Hunter and Killer protocols have never set foot here, never cleared out the intelligences and systems. So why then, you wonder, does it look so dark? Is it just that the bit rot set in, the entropy of systems reducing everything to shadows and light? You watch as the slotted cipher fizzles on the one open, distorted gateway on this entire rim of the station. It flickers and winks out, and then you are falling into the flow. A river of swirling darkness. You are spun by it, twisted by it, lost in it. It's not that the Greenway was hiding in the darkness. It is made of darkness. It is filled by the substance, the process, the swarm. Now you are among it. You notice that now you are among it, you notice that swarm is exactly what it is. A billion individuals moving in a flow. There is no network map here, no nodes and threads, only a storm of interchangeable points shifting configuration endlessly. Then you see them, a figure turned away, the only bright spot in the dark river. You push closer through the storm. Gardener. Ingrown farm administrator. You're the gardener! I thought it was a person! Wait, hang on, right? So this is like one of the three endings. It's not what I'm going to go for. But I genuinely thought that it was someone I was going to meet, like, just in the Greenway, like in the whatever this fucking part of it is called, I can't remember. I just call them the gardens, right? But I didn't know there would be a lead-on from the Hunter Killer Navigator questline. And that's been my favourite questline to do, I'm not gonna lie. They are facing away, at least you think so. They are so fractured, so overgrown that it's hard to tell. Even from this distance, you can see their flesh is moving, flowing. It looks like a really badass, creepy legendary Pokemon. You watch, silent, as they stoop and reach down. In their hand is a dark shape, and with its twisted fingers, they press it down into the loam of data beneath them, pushing it through this trembling soil. It does have a hand at the very least. I can make out some fingers. I think I can make out another hand, I'm not sure. Then they move away, go a little further, and repeat the process as if they were sowing a field. You push forward, but somehow, despite their slow and deliberate speed, they move faster, and they quickly fade into the storm. Ugh, another bad burp. You reach the point where they planted the object and look down. By the way, like, to anyone who doesn't like the sound of burps, I am very, very sorry. I can't control it. But, like, even I'm starting to not like the sound because, like, I'm the one doing the noise. It feels worse for me because it comes out of me. And, like, if you've stuck this far in this recording session, which this is probably going to be part 3 or 4, I don't bloody know, then more power to you because, goddamn, it's not felt good for me. Anyway, there it is, a glassy shifting polygon with something inside. You reach down and pick it up. It is cold, but it thrums with energy. You look towards the path of the figure, but they are long gone. When you blink out of the cloud, back to the leaves and the dappled light of the Greenway, you hold a seed in your hand. Hold up. Oh, I do have a seed. I need to find somewhere to plant it. That's weird, that. But I don't think there's anything else I can do. I mean, this is the main thing, just waiting for this to sort itself. Oh yeah, photosynthesis. And we re-roll for some better dice. Gonna plant the seed here? No. Maybe here? No. Although... Actually, no, that's not... Okay. So, what's this bit called again? The Founder's Ferry. Oh, it is called the Greenway. Okay. Why did I think it wasn't called that? What kind of fool am I? Don't answer that. The hub. I'm not really gonna bother doing much there. The main thing now is to get money. Because I want to get me a new, stabilizer. That took me a while to remember the word. So let's get that and then finish the cycle and then see what the hell is up with, Havenage. Thank you, Toshiro, you weird and violent man. And we may as well just rest close to the place anyway. Nothing else for me to do, so let's go to sleep. Okay. Oh, alright. I'm sorry, Sleeper. Helene comes towards you along the walkway, but your friend must have known there was a chance this would happen. She seems unsure of how to greet you and looks nervously around. She's being hauled along with the ship. Release her. Pardon me again. How many times do I have to tell you I don't control Havenage? Helena pinches the bridge of her nose. Cordon security has her for now, and she and her ship will be held in the quarantine until it's lifted. As for the quarantine, she glances at its slate. We are working on it, but the council is unlikely to budge now. Not after this. She runs a hand through her hair. This is the last thing I needed. Helena meets your eye. She was carrying weapons, do you know that? She stares at you. We found a crate of firearms on the ship. I didn't know that. I'm just gonna say I didn't know. I fucking did. Helena eyes you. Well, it doesn't matter now, they are safely in Havenage's hands. And the refugees? Nothing good, Helena looks away. As you know, Cordon security intercepted your friend before she could get supplies through. Since then, the refugees have cut off all communication. I'm worried, Sleeper, about what is happening in there, but after recent events, Cordon security are keeping the place locked down tighter than ever. No one can get in. Meanwhile, the hardline councillors are preaching in the chamber as we speak. It's a deadlock and I don't know when it will loosen its grip. Helena walks a little away and turns back. I wish I had better news, Sleeper, but we knew this was coming. And the refugees suffer. Helena turns away. Enough, Sleeper, my hands are tied. Do something! Do anything! I know you don't run Havenage, but you can fucking help. We still don't know why the flotilla came here, why they abandoned settlements and outposts throughout the system to flee to the ruined station. What little we heard from them concerned computer and life support systems collapsing in waves, machinery in flux. Helena sucks in her breath. This isn't over. You think of the people at the flotilla. Helena is right. People don't abandon their drones for nothing. Sorry, homes for nothing. What wave is rushing through the system, and when will it reach the eye? Helena interrupts your thoughts. I have to go. The debate will restart soon, and I should be there. She waits for a moment, and it is unclear if she is trying to think of something to say or is just waiting for you to speak. But the silence keeps you both quiet, and she walks off down the corridor, a nod the only farewell she offers. You hoped that speaking to her might ease the knot of worry in your chest, but it remains there, reminding you of Ash, of the refugees, and of the ways ahead. What's done is done, no matter how many times you turn it over in your head. Yeah, make me feel worse about it, game, thank you. You get the feeling that you'll be needed soon, and for that you must save your strength. What was it Feng told you Erlin said? The eye opens for us all? Not this time. For now, the eye remains closed to those that need it. A shudder runs through you. Something is coming, you can feel it. This isn't over. How many cycles? 3. Huh. Kind of want to continue this bit. I may as well just try and make use of myself. No, I want this one. I need the Matsutake things. I definitely pronounced that incorrectly. I really need spores. Because I need to give these to... What can I do in the low end, by the way? It's been a while. Oh, I could have gone here for a bit. No. There's nothing I could have done here, actually. I don't think. May as well just give them the caps. Evis mentions an old recipe for... Oh. I didn't have a chance to read that. Emphasis inhales the deep autumnal aroma of the Matsutake caps and nods. He seems impressed. That is... 3 cycles. And what else can I do for you? Nothing. Yeah, might as well try and get some more caps. I didn't get any, but it's worth a shot. Well, they got me edgy, but didn't get me caps. I need caps, damn it. Okay, caps, please. Yes, caps. Caps, I need caps. Oh, I didn't mean to click the left stick on that. But fuck it, it'll, you know. It'll help. Okay. I just want to get these to Tala, at the very least. Like, I think it's important to pick people you're actually invested in. Oh, hello, what's this? Oh, Rabia's office. Never mind then. I don't really have much interest in that quest line. Because I know I'm not going to get all of these done. I still feel bad about the... Yeah. And a bit more money, maybe? I can't go wrong with it. I was really thinking I was going to get the game finished, and I'm, what, 2.5 hours into the session? Yeah, not completely, but close enough. Is there anything else I can do at all now? And these don't get me anything. There's literally no point in continuing to do that. There's one cycle for those left. Eh. If I successfully steal a harvest, that's a full replenish of energy. Didn't even notice that. As well, just to get rid of my dice at the very least. Achievement Spore Catcher, put those sample collecting skills to good use. And I got more upgrade points. I mean, I might as well use it on this. This has been a really helpful thing. Oh, I can't. I've only got 1 point. What's the point of telling me I've got upgrade points if I can't fucking spend any, game? You daft ass. Okay, so do we go to Emphis first, or... Havenage. Whoa, okay. It hits you like a wave, a white-edged breaker roaring inland with the force of the entire ocean. The impact is a screaming brightness, blanking out everything. Behind it is silence. You float in silence, suspended. No, you do not float. You are the silence. It has filled you up. It has emptied you out. You cease to exist. Time passes that you do not feel it passing. Am I dead? I can't be dead. Then something flickers in the silence. Then something moves. That something is you. You open your eyes to a metal ceiling of flickering lights. You feel the floor around you, patting it with shaking hands. There was no "the" there. You assemble an image of yourself lying on your back in a corridor. You shake off the silence and sit up. What was that? You glance around looking for a sign of some change. Damage on the walls, shout in the distance, fire and fear. Nothing has changed. The silence sits around you like a fog. You try to think, furrowing your brow. How do you think again? It doesn't seem so easy anymore. Force the pathways to light up, the databanks to grant access. You feel like a fraction drive starting up after a long shutdown in cold vacuum. In the wave. In the wave was noise, just as the sound produced by a wave raking across a pebbled beach represents trillions of impacts heard as a single roar. So this sound was the result of trillions of electrons flickering in place, heard as a single impossible scream. A memory image comes to you. one from the moments before the wave hit. You squint as you imagine it, trying to cohere its blurry form. A broken skeletal ring, the eye, and then a vast arc approaching it, a razor-edged white curve, the wave. The wave approaches the eye spins, turning each part to face that vast white edge. You recognize their skeletal data-clad forms, the bright market, the low end, the green way, the wastes, then... I don't think I've come across the wastes. The wave hits just as the flotilla at the cordon turns to face it, and after that everything is silence. You open your eyes again. That is the epicenter. But of what? Did I have a fucking vision? Of me dying? What exactly happened? 'Cause I'm scared now. I just want to go down this. I just want to get some food, man. Emphas is preparing the Matsutake caps. He cleans them carefully with a damp cloth before shaving the stalks as if he was sharpening a pencil. His knife slides through them, revealing the bright white of the flesh within. "This is a good sleeper, very good," he says without looking up. "I bartered with Minji for some help, for some kelp too." I think it's pronounced that, but Minji. Sorry, immature British humour. And to any Americans watching. Minge is a British colloquial term for a woman's vagina. Which is why I'm laughing. Anyway, for some kelp too, so we can brew the dashi. Yeah, you know Minji. I don't know who the fuck Minji is. Why am I asking? Dashi. A soup base, very good. Emphas slides the sliced matsutake mushrooms to one side and takes out a closed pan. He opens the lid and you see the green water of kelp sitting in a bath of water. Sorry, green wafer. Not water. It would be weird to have water sitting in water. It'd be a very soggy dish. Been soaking it since last cycle, Emphas explains. Should be good to warm now. He places the pan over the burner and turns it on low. We have some time now. He wipes his hands clean and throws the cloth over his shoulder. However, there is one difference this cycle. Smiles. You've been the one providing the ingredients, so it is my turn to provide a story. Okay. Good. This story is important to me. He gestures for you to both sit on the folding stools behind the stall. You see these? Emphas runs a hand over his forearm, tracing the circular scars that mark them like perfect bite marks. Conway called it an anchored interface rig, a mechanical control device for piloting a heavy-duty extraction suit in low-G industrial operations. We called it a bone suit. He points to a pattern of large circles on his shoulder. They drill in and anchor it here, then all the way down the arm. He taps each scar on the way. It maps mechanical movements to the suit exactly, a one-to-one mechanical replication. You swing your arm, a two-ton arm swings too. You should have seen the recruitment vid, strong people in even stronger suits tearing through stone and scrap. Superheroes. Half my graduating year signed up, from company school to death to company shuttle. Conway from birth to death. Conway from birth to death. He stares off into the distance for a moment, fighting with the memories. But the bone suits weren't good. They were awesome, they kinda sucked. The rate of failures was high, and failures meant arms torn off, anchors torn out, broken bones, bad stuff. So after a while, Conway discontinued them. No longer competitive, they said. He checks the broth, turning down the heat and adding the mushrooms. So there we were, hundreds of us with surgical alterations for suits that didn't work. They sent us home, back to that company colony that spat us out to be cleaners, drivers, cooks. They gave us drugs for the pain and told us to make something of ourselves. When I deserted, bribing some passing spaces to take me into orbit, there was only me and a couple of others left. The rest just faded away, arthritis, osteoporosis, they folded in on themselves like paper lanterns. That was my generation. The anchor points still ache, still burn. He touches the scars. But what burns worse is the betrayal. I've been on the eye for a long time now, but that will never fade. Not that and not the faces of my friends. Emphas reaches over and sprinkles a handful of leaves into the broth. It is ready. Sorry, Emphas. Don't be. It was Conway's crime, and you know better than most what we went through. It is enough that you are here to listen. Emphas pours the broth into a double-walled metal bowl and hands it to you. The heat radiates through your hands and the smell drifts up rich and sharp, like a pine forest after the rain. You drink the broth slowly, chewing the matsutake and thinking. Emphas busies himself with cleaning the pans in the bowl, sealing the kelp back up for another day. Then he quietly comes to sit with you while you finish your meal. Neither of you speak, preferring instead to let the story linger in the air a little longer. It is not that there is nothing to say, it is that sometimes, in the moments after something, speaking breaks the spell. So you both idle, eager to be in each other's company. Emphas taking longer over his cleaning, his packing, and you savouring the final dregs of the broth. When you finally finish and hand in the bowl, you feel the spell break and the story leaves you both. As you leave, you know that both of you are somehow a little more empty, and a lot more full than before. Feel good getting that one done. New achievement: story to trade food and stories with the local. Well, I feel alright that I was able to get that one. But I still feel like shit over the whole other thing. I genuinely still feel bad about that. I couldn't help it. And I fucking tried to. But let's see what there is. Even before you reach the cordon, the damage is obvious. The blinking red lights, the drones, the tugs are all gone. Half the cordon's frame has also been shorn away, perhaps through the impact of some failing ship. People push past you in the corridor, both Havenage staff and contractors clearing the cordon. Try to speak to them. You are met with suspicious looks and scattered warnings, but little else. From the equipment being carried out, you suspect this is no relief effort. Havenage are pulling you out of this section of the station. The further you pass into the cordon, the less people you see. It's the fewer people you see, actually. You see, it changes when it goes plural, yeah? This is remedial Dublish, alright? What's your name? Fiacre? Fuck you, hold on. People need to watch more Foil Arms and Hog. Anyway, you can see a few sections have been closed off. There are bulkhead doors sealed and red warning lights punctuating the corridors, but otherwise most areas seem functional. Suddenly you feel a handful on your shoulder. Havenage security? You should have known better than to wander into this place. You brace yourself as you turn. Sleeper! Peek's wide eyes greet you as you turn. The cordon, they glance around panicked. It's gone down. The Briar and Ash are still in there. Do you think she did this? Or perhaps Havenage messed up? They start pulling you towards the edge of the cordon. We should find her. What if... Calm down, Peek. Peek looks frustrated. We are not standing back and watching this time, Sleeper. Not again. Let's be careful. Peek bristles. I don't want to be careful, Sleeper. I want to see my friend. They raise their voice over the whine of the alarms. This could be part of some Havenage plan to clear the flotilla. It isn't. Peek pauses. What do you know, Sleeper? Something hit the station. Peek looks incredulous. Hit? Sleeper, we'd all be dead if that was the case. They pause to think. Maybe not an object, but a shockwave? A signal? An EMP would have taken out most of the station, but... Peek runs a hand through their hair. I don't know what you're seeing, Sleeper. That doesn't sound... They look away down the corridor for a moment. Look, I have to find Ash, and I'm sure you felt something, but we can talk about that later. They set off down the corridor. I can't sit around talking any longer. Find me on the flotilla. I'm going to find a way to Ash no matter what. With that, they rush away into the depths of the cordon, leaving you behind. Seems like you'll need to follow if you want to get any answers. Oh, I need scrap. Oh, I know where to get some. Kind of the only reason to do the Ribia story. Whereas I'm trying not to call her Ribena. Well, I got one dice left. Please be kind. Shit. Oh no, I was trying not to get this. Oh no, I might be screwed. As you say your goodbyes to the other enforcers and walk back through the lounge, a chirruping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor away from the main thoroughfare, someone has stuck a small recorder to the wall with suit sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word: sleeper. You peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of improvised trip switch. Sleeper, Sabine's voice crackles through. I have seen you with the Attican members. Are they holding you captive now too? A high whine. I'm sorry if I have dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang, some kind of power struggle. You cover the speaker a little, their voice too loud in the quiet corridor. It will come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I have located most of their properties. At the right time, a pause. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. Recording cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you've just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens up something inside of you. An SNOP employee. Do they know that I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out of the low end. Undoing gate Jake. Leash. Thank you, Emphas. You're a lovely man. Yeah, so I just need one more bit of scrap and then I can continue with the side thing. Oh, and I'm gonna get it, baby. I'm gonna get it. Because look at those dice. That's the wrong thing. Look at those dice. Okay, tithes collected, blah blah blah. Moving as fast as I can. You find a small shuttle scavenging supplies from the cordon to take back to the flotilla. They'll take you to if you bring some scrap along. Hang about. This is the path to one of the endings? I don't think it is. No, it's not. You hand over the scrap and squeeze into the crowded shuttle. Time to head to the flotilla. Ooh! Okay, whole supplies. Getting the necessary supplies to each ship to meet their needs is a huge task. Joining the hauling teams is the simplest thing you can do to help. Damage control. The Wayfit systems more than anything, especially those on the ships, so there's 1,020 repair jobs to be done. Flotilla's friend. Shifting ships, systems, and social structures. The only way to navigate the flotilla is by rolling up your sleeves and helping out. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll go to skim back and go to sleep. I need my rest. Oh no, there's an active scene. Oh, hello, Peak. Spending a lot of time with you lately, haven't I? As you walk into the Bay of the Climbing Briar, the familiarity of the space overcomes any trepidation. It feels good to be back, and the return feels earned, especially after all the work it took to figure out a route through the flotilla's jumble of ships that might lead you to this blue streak. You see Ash and Peak immediately, sitting at the back of the bay deep in conversation. Their closeness causes you to stop, suddenly aware that you might be interrupting something private. Peak is explaining something forcefully as Ash stares out into the middle distance, hunched over. She suddenly spots you. Sleeper, Ash earns. Didn't quite turn out like we hoped, right? Sorry, Ash nods. Peak stops and glances between the two of you, the tension rising. I'm sorry. Ash waves your apology away. None of that, we all had our part to play. Peak looks nervous. It has worked out, they appeal to you. The Flux event knocked the entire cordon system offline. The flotilla is free and Havenage are backing off. Yeah, that's not a good thing. In this case, Ash stands, I have to agree with Sleeper. The Flux may have bought me my freedom, but the cost for the flotilla systems is significant, and if Havenage weren't panicked enough, Ash glances off into the distance. But what exactly is happening? Hard to tell, it's some kind of disruptive wave that only affects electrical systems, Peak chips in. Typically, systems are screened against radiation and interference, but this seems to be dulled, but not stopped by those defenses. The crisis continues, Ash sighs. The cordon may be down, but this brings a whole other set of problems. You should tell them, Ash. Peak glances at her. Please. Ash doesn't respond. Tell you what, you stare at her back. Sorry, Ash doesn't respond. Tell you what, you stare at her back, waiting for a response. Please, Ash, haven't they shown they can be trusted? Peak nods towards you. Yeah, Pikachu. Ash turns, her arms folded tightly across her chest. She goes to start and then stops. You can see the anger in her eyes, but you realise it's not directed at you or at anyone else. She is angry with herself. I brought weapons to the flotilla, she pauses. And now Havenage has them. You suddenly remember the sleep crates that were tucked into the bay. Yeah, the sleeper might certainly remember. They haven't left my fucking mind. I thought they were bombs. Marked with a yellow sigil, the ones Ash told you were just supplies. What were you thinking? I was thinking that if the cordon wasn't going to be lifted, the refugees would need something to change that, she stares at you defiantly. Would you rather they just stayed quiet and died like good citizens? We hope that they will keep them safe, but given recent events, Pete glances nervously at Ash, we aren't so sure that Havenage is the right place for the weapons to be. I wouldn't put it past them to use them to take the cordon back by force, Ash glares. They are scared and losing control. In my experience, that's when institutions do dangerous things. Whether that's true, we can't do anything about it right now, Ash. Short of marching into the yard at the other end of the island and taking them back. Ash looks like that is exactly what she would like to do. Peak smiles nervously. Plus, we have other things to be getting on with. I want to understand the Flux Sleeper, to study it. Peak's eyes light up. This thing is changing the entire system, causing problems across the inner system, driving refugees off Ember's moons, and now it's here. If we don't do something about it, Peak pauses, it's a problem for all of us. I could see more immediate problems, Ash sniffs. Peak ignores her. I've been looking at the networks, and when the Flux event hit, it changed things. It shuffled systems, corrupted nodes, and broke open data stores. They take out a slate and show you a flickering polygon. Some of these Flux nodes have appeared near the epicenter of the event, but I can't get access. You, however, I saw the way you worked with the data when we were preparing for the run. I think you can get into these things. I want you to find a Flux node and bring me anything you can extract. They come and go, but most can be found in the barely functioning networks of the Wastes. Peak pauses. Start there. Perhaps together we can find something that might point us to what the Flux is and where it comes from. How will it help? Peak runs a hand through their hair. I don't know, Sleeper. Maybe we can't do anything. But I want to know what this thing is. Ash looks indignant. Don't waste too much time chasing ghosts, Sleeper. There are people in this flotilla that need help, that need any help they can get. I'm sure Sleeper can do both, Ash. Peak smiles at you. Thank you, Peak, for actually being nice to me. I'll see you there when you have something. Good hunting. Don't say the word hunt near me. In the context of this game, it's a bit of a fresh wound. And they wave you out as Ash stomps away to make plans of her own. Okay. Ooh. Okay, you know what? How far in are we? 2 hours 50 minutes. I think I'm gonna call it there. But yeah, I think like next time I'm just really gonna try and focus on this quest line. I know it's DLC, but I'm kind of invested in doing it. So I want to see if I can finish it. Yeah. I'm gonna try and focus on this. Oh! Oh, I do have another upgrade point. I don't think I can get that yet. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. I'm fine with not using that, actually. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. I think I'd rather play it safe and go with this. Yeah, we got a fair bit done and had my first actual, like, failure of a quest, so next time I'm gonna keep helping Peek and Ash, I suppose. And see if I can finish Tala's story as well. I just want to check what the next thing is really quick before I go off. Oh! May as well. Tala always comes to look when you cook matsutake. The smell draws her in. You eat the mushrooms together with a glass of burger roll. Hang on. Oh no, there is nothing else to do for her. Oh, I think I got the achievement for that. That's why. Oh, well, never fucking mind. Okay. So yeah, next time I'm going to try and finish Ashton Peak's story. Sorry for the little sidetrack there. And then maybe try and finish the game. So I'll see you all for those things. I have a lot of items, holy shit. As always, thank you for watching, you're awesome, have a pleasant rest of your day. I can't believe I saved God.